That's why.
Now that Square Enix is now relocating, hopefully it is, Asian companies gonna follow suit. Oh yeah, we need Capcom. We need to convince Capcom it's time to go home. Square Enix, Sony PlayStation are now considering going back to Japan. Yes, we need to convince Capcom to do the same. I can't take it off, okay? I don't know how.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I'm not here with Geeky Sparkle. She's sitting this video out. We're going to talk about the utter state of the Western video game industry, specifically the AAA game industry. It's not good. It's really not good. The whole thing is imploded. It's gone. It's not coming back. Not in the way that it was before. And we're going to talk about more and more Asian companies shutting down their Western game divisions. We reported yesterday on Square Enix gutting California, gutting London, trying to pivot back to Japanese games, Japanese style games, because that's what made the company. That's what made Square. And now we've got another company. We've got NetEase closing another Western studio 2 years after it was founded. And look, I think they're kind of taking a look at the landscape and what gamers are buying, and it's not a lot of this stuff coming out of Portland. I mean, let's be honest.
Why do I get the feeling I've heard of it somewhere? I don't know. I remember. In my opinion, I think they saw how Black Myth Wukong succeed, and they thought to themselves, wait, how did they succeed? Of course, local market. Maybe these companies such as Square Enix, they've seen that, or in this case, they have realized that Forspoken have cost them money. And they knew, I think, in my opinion, Black Myth Wukong did not just woke up all the Western AAA studios, but they also waken up the Japanese. Come, let's be ready.
I wonder if this is what Irving meant by answers.
Whoa.
Not sure, but obviously there's a connection here with Umbrella, and that's never a good sign.
We can worry about this later. First, we need to find out about Jill.
You're right. Let's see what we can dig up.
Again, when it comes to this, I think what Black Myth Wukong succeed first is, of course, the market. The reason why they were successful because of one simple reason, okay? They cater to the local market, and when they cater to the local market, the international market follows suit. Look, this is why you should cater to your local market first. To all Asian creators, always remember, cater to the local market first and then the international market. If you let the local market choose it, and if the local market loves it, international players or international market, they will love it too. See? And this game, well, I'm gonna guess this game's not gonna...
Gamers don't want this stuff. Most gamers don't want this stuff. And at the end of the day, it's all about sales, right? You look at the games that are selling really well, and there's a lot of them are Japanese or Eastern developed games.
That's right.
You look at how successful they've been with Marvel Rivals.
Don't forget Black Myth
all of that.
Wukong.
But we're going to talk about it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Again, Geeky sitting this out. You can still back her pin campaign. We're going to leave it open probably for a week or two beyond the end of the campaign, so you'll have time to pick up whatever we have left, basically. We're going to place an order for a set number of pins. I didn't make the cut. You didn't want to build a neon snowman. That's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. It's not about me this time. But I did do the little Santa retro UFO thing here. But yeah, it's out on Kickstarter. Check it out. You've got probably, I don't know, a week or two, whenever we feel like shutting it down. But or whenever we run out of pins. Like I said, we're going to finalize the order with the manufacturer, and what we order, and that's pretty much it for this year. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, a lot of people talking about the state of the gaming industry, and it's a self-inflicted wound. Let's be honest. They've been shipping incomplete games, charging through the nose for them.
That's right.
You had developers out there running at the mouth about politics and
unbelievable.
everybody trying to unionize, which just drives up the costs. And I think Japan, China, and other countries have basically had it. They're like, look,
Yeah, they're
this
done.
is not sustainable. We can't do this. We can't pay a bunch of people $250,000 a year to help us lose money. And there have been many huge money losing AAA titles over the last couple of years. And they got, especially Square got hammered, man. They got talked into releasing, was it Forspoken was one of them?
Yes, Forspoken.
And then the Marvel game from Square, Crystal Dynamics, that was a huge failure. And they've lost a lot of money on Western games. Now NetEase is closing down another studio, and they just started this one like 2 years ago.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
So NetEase closes a fifth Western studio just 2 years after it was founded. Bad Brain Game Studios will shut down for good next week. It's come from PC Gamer. Bad Brain was founded in August of 2023, but NetEase opted to end its partnership with the studio just 2 years later. Yeah, that's crazy. Did they even put anything out? Just 3 days after Greg Street confirmed that Fantastic Pixel Castle is closing due to the lost. Wow. Okay. I didn't realize that they were closing another one down. Fantastic Pixel Castle. What the hell?
I never heard about that.
Fantastic Pixel Castle.
Because sometimes these ads gets in the way, and I don't know why. Every time when I was rewinding, for some reason, after I skipped that first ads, another ad comes in. I don't want to dunk on the original creator, but that's the thing. 2 ads every time. I was like, what's going on with YouTube anyway? I forgot to bring the landmines because there are liquors. My mistake. Yeah, my bad.
Take it.
Okay.
Anything else? Oh. So, what was I say? Now with Square Enix agreeing to, go back to Japan, probably had to cut that short. Good thing. Look. Ooh. Now that Square
I don't know
Enix...
how, but they could be using them to produce biological weapons.
Right. Now that Square Enix and maybe
This
Sony
is the facility
PlayStation...
from the picture, no doubt about it.
We're finally getting somewhere.
Yes. Wait, hang on a second. Did I miss anything? Hang on a minute. I think I missed something, folks. Give me a sec. Nope. Oh wait, not there. Again, right now we need to convince Capcom. I think it's time for Capcom to just pack up and go. Go home. Hang on a sec. Something's not right. You know what? Let's keep moving. You here? Anything? Again. Don't. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco is a Japanese
Careful.
studio as well.
I saw something.
And I think for every Japanese companies, aka Japanese game companies, it's time for them to go back to Japan. Same goes for Sony PlayStation.
Take it.
Roger.
Because I overheard they say that Sony PlayStation, or in this case Sony Japan, and Sony America are now battling it out, or they're just fighting a civil war because Sony Japan wants a good storytelling, good game. And now I don't know if Sony Japan is going to dump their Western division. It still remains to be seen.
So yeah, wow. Okay, MMO. Okay. Oh, this guy. Okay, yeah. Led by former WoW designer Greg Street, looks to be as dead as his studio officially closes after NetEase ends funding. Yeah, they're like, hey, we're done. We're done with Western games.
Western games.
He said, yeah, another NetEase backed studio
least.
says it suffered the same fate. Bad Brain Game Studios, founded in 2023 and headed by former Ubisoft Toronto lead producer Sean Crooks, announced today it will close its doors on November 17th, the same day as Fantastic Pixel Castle, being unable to find a new source of funding. Or you could make a smaller game and you could kickstart it, or you could sell it on Steam. There are developers out there right now who are making fantastic games themselves with very small staffs. They do not need 500 people working for them. I wonder what these companies do with this money. Back in the day, it was like, a couple of scrappy programmers and graphic designers in an office putting out a game by themselves, hoping, people would like it as much as they like working on it or whatever. And, sometimes it would blow up into a big thing. But like now, they're doing it backwards. They want the success before they have the sales to warrant the fancy office and the high salaries and the photo shoots and all that shit. They want to be given a high five for nothing, basically, right? You sell some games, then you get some fist bumps. But you're spending all your money up front, and a lot of these companies don't even have anything to show for it. Right? It's
shameful,
it's
isn't
crazy how that works. And that's why they're not giving you more funding. They're like, where's our damn game? We're not going to give you any more. We'd like to see a game, please. Despite our continuing efforts to seek a new partner for the project, the path forward has yet to materialize. It will not materialize. Not in this economy. We are deeply grateful to NetEase Games for their support and for giving us runway to explore every possible opportunity. Did the opportunity translate into a physical game? Well, probably not physical, but digital. Did you get a game out the door? Our team poured everything into this journey, pushing creative and technical boundaries every day with passion, imagination, and craft. What we achieved together stands as lasting proof of this team's extraordinary talent. What is this? Bad Brain Game Studio. I want to see if Bad Brain Game Studio actually put any games out. Free your brain.
Wait. Let him
Don't
cook.
click here. I don't see any games. Okay, they got a little cartoon. Okay, they got cartoon. About all the stuff they're gonna do. Look at all these people sitting around the table. Oh God. All these people sitting around the table. Where are your games?
Again, this is a lot of pausing because, like I said, the ads came out of nowhere. No disrespect to the content creators or the original creator themselves, but based on what I'm seeing, right, think about that for a second. Whoa, they found it. Hey, lickers! Oh, lickers. Oh, get him. I mean, seriously, they say they found it in, like, what, 2023, and... I mean, when... Are you... Okay, I think maybe they haven't made a single game yet? Maybe? Although I don't know what's happening with Capcom yet. So, in my opinion, I think Capcom 2 should, in fact, go back to Japan. Look, Capcom, when they were in Japan, they made one of the coolest games. And guess what? Now they have the Western studios, which I'm 100% certain many of those Western studios is activists. Oh. Hang on a second, let me just... this card. Okay. Now look on. Yeah, I think Capcom, for starters, first of all, if Capcom want to still alive, or in this case want to continue, besides going to Japan, going back to their home country,
Thank God there weren't more of them.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
wouldn't last in a fight with a whole horde.
continue to put out good games, and most importantly, stop. I think they should not implement de novo, okay? Yeah. De novo needs to be removed, and when it comes to localization, in my opinion, if you want to use AI, go for it, Capcom.
I don't think they'll notice us.
Yeah. Go for it.
Guess their senses are weak.
What? What they hurt? Ow. Come on. Hey. Sorry. Screw it. Oh, that's a hit. How did you?
Take it!
I can't right now.
Oi.
Take this. Thanks.
Okay, sorry.
Give me an herb.
Use this.
I did not mean. I thought for sure I was silenced. No, Jelly, I thought I was silenced. For the love of.
Come on!
Okay.
Haha. First things first, before you do that. Take this. What I'm suggesting, if you heard it right, I think Capcom should, and I do mean Capcom should go back to their roots, aka return to Japan. I think maybe, I don't think we need to read all the tweets, something that we already know. I think we'll skip to the tweet, okay? I want to skip to the tweet to see what they say.
One of the biggest games of 2024 was also a major turning point in NetEase.
Wait, hang on a sec. Oh yeah, here it is. Skip here.
And Insight at analysis firm Nico Partners said on social media that NetEase's stunning turnaround reflects a broader trend across the industry where North America-based studios are no longer a safe bet.
Ah.
Ahmed dove deeper into the topic earlier this year following cuts among Marvel rivals developers at NetEase's studio in Seattle. Yes. While increased geopolitical risks are a factor, Ahmed said the massive success of Black Myth Wukong,
Yes.
one of the
Black Myth
biggest games of
Wukong.
2024, was also a major turning point in NetEase's strategy. Yes.
Listen, Capcom, look what's happening. Your local player still needs you. Capcom, it's time for you to go home. Go back to Japan. Yeah, you had to go back.
Come on.
Got him. So I think, in my opinion, hopefully, when Capcom goes back to Japan, everything will be better. Hopefully. But most importantly, Capcom, if you want to return to Japan, the first thing you need to do, remove the nouveau, okay? Remove it. And also, if you want to use AI for your localization, go for it. Don't use localization. Okay? Ooh, okay. Hang on. Do I have enough?
Take it!
Roger.
Ooh. Okay.
Let's look at this. Let's look at what he's saying. NetEase has pulled funding for more than half a dozen Western studios. This is what I wrote in February of 2025. This is a broader trend across the industry where North America-based studios are no longer seen as a safe bet. Over 70% and in some years 75% of the layoffs have been in North America. Boy, I do see a trend here. I do see a trend here. Nobody wants the garbage AAA Western games anymore. They just
Who would
don't.
have thought it?
This guy says, well, I don't disagree with the cost analysis. I haven't seen them just try to let many play out. Sometimes it's not about who can make a game cheaper, who can make a game well, and have it connect culturally to their audience. That's not easy without big IPs. I don't know. A lot of smaller developers are doing it.
Yeah.
They're
Indie
knocking it out of
developers.
the park. They're making smaller games focused on gameplay, complete games mostly. You know, Pal World was pretty scrappy, and look at what happened there. That's one of the uncomfortable truths many reporting on this don't seem to see or don't want to admit. These Western studios and their staff were being paid fortunes in comparison and still working at a snail's pace compared to the work rate found in most Chinese studios. It's not
Or
just China,
Asians.
it's also Japan. It's also Korea. That there is an attitude of entitlement, I think, in most entertainment sectors in
Yeah.
America, in Canada, North America. So the can-do attitude that early American game developers had, the early, scrappier comic book artists that were, indie publishers, whatever, all that, it doesn't exist for the most part. A lot of people now, they think, I went to school for this. I'm going to get a nice cushy job. It's going to be like a corporate job. They don't see the blood, sweat, and tears that the founders of their companies that they parked it at, right? They don't see what these people went through, what these guys went through to get that company off the ground. And a lot of them slept in their offices. Some of them mortgaged their homes. Might be a team of like 4 or 5 people, maybe putting a game out. I mean, you look at the early days of PC gaming, look at the early days of Atari. And there's a lot of bootstrapping going on. And that is alien to the current generation, I think, of entertainment company people. They don't want to start at the bottom. They want to start with a 6-figure salary job and job security, and then they want to unionize to get more. And there's nothing left. Like the company, most companies, when you first start, you're coasting on fumes. You might make a little profit, but then you reinvest that profit into more stuff. And I watch documentaries all the time on companies because it just fascinates me how the brands that we take for granted now, how they got their start. And, I've watched quite a few documentaries on different video game companies, and every single one of them, they're founded by risk takers. They were founded by hard workers.
Correct.
They're founded by people who, put their own blood, sweat, and tears into it. And they didn't know if there would be a payout because video games were a very new thing.
That's right.
Right? They didn't know if there's going to be any kind of payoff for them. Same with people that started social media companies or, any kind of tech company.
Back then, video game was never mainstream, okay? Because here's the thing. Let this one play through. You see, when video game became mainstream,
What the hell?
I don't think during this time it was mainstream when this game was launched. Ooh, nice plays, eh?
This was in the pictures, too.
Wait, that means Jill might be here.
Wow. Whoa!
What have they done?
Jill.
Oh yeah. And when gaming became mainstream, things changed, folks.
There's so many.
Yeah,
They
talking
must be
between
kidnapping
cutscenes.
people from all over the world to experiment on.
Let me tell you about the pros when the boss fights start.
Why?
Well, that's why.
That was close. Oh yeah.
He's down!
Eat this.
It's working! He's down!
Oh yeah, sorry I had to cut that. Okay. There were a lot of pros and cons, okay? The pros, of course, is the money came in tremendously. But one.
Have another one.
The shell is full!
Again, this is what happens when video game became mainstream. Like I was saying, when video game became mainstream, the pros is that yes, there's a lot of money to be made, but the cons is that you have a lot of bad actors. And yes, back then, video game was never, it is a new thing, but when people saw the amount of money came in, they were okay. They were trying to invest this. And not only that, like I said, there's always bad actors who want to take advantage of it. Now we're gonna finish this clip a little bit and then finish the gameplay.
People who started businesses back in the 50s and 60s. I mean, same with Nintendo, way back in the 1800s. You know, they didn't know they were going to be the company that they are now, right? They did what they did. They did the best they could do. They would pivot when they had to pivot. These motherfuckers, they want the success. They don't want to do the work.
Nope.
Right? It took years, in some cases decades, for the people who started these companies to actually get that corner office, to actually make that six-figure salary themselves, not have to reinvest that money back in their company. These motherfuckers, they want to come right in and start out at the top. And they wanted the job security, and they all, because they've, for years they've seen, well, Blizzard's doing really good and Activision's doing really good. I'm like, yeah, Activision used to be a couple of guys in a shitty office.
Yeah.
Right? Atari was a couple of guys in freaking
Same goes with PlayStation.
Right? It's like, I mean,
Xbox,
Apple Computer.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat.
Everybody.
A lot of these, board game companies, the guys who did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they bought a printing press and it was too expensive to send it someplace else.
Yeah, I think that will be it. The ads really is out of control sometimes. Listen, you have to understand, many of these games, many of these companies, they have to go through years, maybe decades of sweat, of hard working. I mean, look at that. The people who didn't know, or in this case, they didn't know how these founders went through before, in the past. They just want to be an easy life. Same goes for the people who apply to Google, who do the day in the life of a Google employee or anything. They didn't know the hard-working founders that did in order to make it happen. I mean, seriously, all these games, there's always an origin behind it, folks. This game, Yes, even though most people love Call of Duty, but do they even know the founders, what they have to deal with? Whether it's Capcom, Activision, Treyarch, or even what? Blizzard, Bandai Namco. Look, many of these companies, many of these video game companies, they all have their own origin, okay? Same goes for Rocksteady. I mean, why do you think many veterans and the founders of Rocksteady left when Batman, or in this case, when Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was made? They can't do it. Because right now, many people, they're not the same, okay? And I'm 100% certain that whoever made Resident Evil 5 here, they're not here anymore.
Just die already!
Oh, so enjoy, folks. Never forget who made it, okay? We should never forget them.
Damn it. Where is she?
Mr. Redfield, how nice to finally make your acquaintance.
Who the hell are you?
Selagiona. She works with Tricell,
Nice. You've done your homework.
an officer in the Global Pharmaceutical Consortium. Why?
As if I need to explain myself to you. Although, weren't you two given orders to retreat?
So it was you.
Where is Jill?
Jill, even if I did know, you think I would tell you?
Cut the crap. Tell me where she is.
As soon as you two are done with your little vigilante mission, you should leave. There's nothing here worth throwing your lives away for.
She's lying. She knows something.
It's time we get some answers.